Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're doing the Delta Force Hawk Ops settings video, okay? So we're just gonna jump right into things. If you enjoy the channel, if you wanna follow Delta Force Hawk Ops, this is the channel for you. I've been streaming the game every single day for like 6-7 hours, putting out weapon guides, showing you guys how to build weapons. So subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let's start going over all of these settings. So a lot of these things I figured out after going over these settings are really just personal preference, right? Like airborne automatic mantle, weapon switching via scroll wheel, all of this stuff is pretty much personal preference. This I find is like ADS field of view from Battlefield. So for instance, I'll turn it off and then I'll ADS. You get more zoom this way. I would say again, that's personal preference. I prefer playing with it on, which actually reduces the amount of zoom, as you can see there. So just play with that, see how you like it. You can actually change your hit effect color. I just play with red to avoid people in my Twitch chat asking why people's blood is blue. I'm not even kidding, that's why. If you don't stream like me, you can probably just change it to whatever is most visible to you. Vehicle, that's where you find your FOV, turret locked while turning. I would say, again, personal preference. A lot of these settings are personal preference. You can change all of your sensitivities here, your gunner aim sensitivity, helicopter first sensitivity. This is for your turret rotating with the base of your vehicle. If you don't like that, this is where you find that setting. Then again, in system settings, you can mute your squad mates, marking voice. This is where you find your mark transparency. So if it's blocking your screen too much, you can come in here and mess with that. And a lot of this stuff is where you find the Tarkov mode settings or the extraction mode setting. Value threshold for items, put high value items first. I haven't played it at all. So again, you can set this up however you like. You can sort by type here even. This is where you find the sorting. If you don't know where that is in game, then you come under system, sort by type. Go into keyboard and mouse now. So a lot of people are confused about what this is. Okay, hip fire aim sensitivity type. We have MDV only. We have set sensitivity per zoom plus MDV. Set MDV per zoom. Set sensitivity per zoom. So MDV is this monitor distance coefficient. Now when you turn yours on, it's going to say 133. Okay, I play 178 because that's what feels best to me, and this is like some old Battlefield lore. You can try either 0, 133, or 178. Don't ask me why, that's just how it is. Now as for which one is the best, again, this is not a best thing answer. You can, if you want to set sensitivities per magnification, this is where you go. Set sensitivity per zoom plus MDV. If you want to set monitor distance coefficients per zoom, this is where you do it. If you want to set only sensitivities per zoom, this is where you do it. In general, I have played all of my playtime on MDV only, and I have had absolutely no complaints at all. And I think for 99% of people, this is what you are going to want to do. But for people that are more finicky, you can come in here and, just mess with all of this stuff. If you want to set sensitivities per zoom, that's where you find it. This was a setting that I went over already, and then this is where you find all your invert info. And I want to go into controls here just to show some people some very important things. People ask me, Enders, where do you find hold to aim? Enders, how do you switch your leans? Okay, this is where you find your key bindings. And on the key binding, for instance, we'll talk about aim here. This is where you switch from toggle or hold. It's on the far right on the key binding itself. It's not anywhere else in the settings. You can even change your lean from toggle to hold. You can change your walk from toggle to hold, run from toggle to hold, everything, right? And again, key bindings are here. Screen interaction, same thing. You can go toggle or hold. One tip that I have for give up, so when you die, right? If you're annoyed that you have to hold the button when you die in order to respawn, come in here, you can actually change it to toggle so you can only hit it once. That has saved me and my thumb a lot of time. And this is where you find your vehicle binds. Again, a lot of this stuff is going to be personal preference, guys. Going to screen now. This is where you show your FPS. So Shure performance parameters. There it is. This is for the extraction mode, I believe. Show detailed item pickup tips. Close backpack and pick up tabs when being attacked. Again, in my opinion, probably personal preference. This setting, maybe not. If you're being attacked, you probably don't want to be in a menu. So maybe turn this off. For Havoc Warfare mode, this is where you mess with your minimap. You can change your infantry Field of view on the minimap from 80 meters and up. This is represented in meters, so you can go all the way up to 150. I just leave mine on a default 80. Ground vehicle, aircraft, and minimap icon scale. And this is where you find your languages. For graphics, this is where a lot of people are just, you know, going to skip to this point. This is where you set your main monitor, graphics card, all that thing. Resolution, display refresh rate, aspect ratio. So for 99% of people, probably going to be 16:9. And of course, you know, you guys know what resolutions and refresh rates you play on. I would recommend leaving your brightness, you know, at default, or it's pretty much monitor dependent. Change that based on how you like. Frame rate cap, I leave mine at unlimited. Sharpness. This game has visibility issues, in my opinion. I play 90 sharpness. I feel as though it helps quite a bit. There is a change that allows you to remove anti-aliasing. I am not recommending you do that because Tencent is kind of weird. I don't know what they're going to do or if they're going to ban people for doing that. So I am not recommending you do that. I don't know if Tencent is going to freak out about it. This is where you find field of view. I play max field of view. And there's an interesting setting here. Enable for more realistic scope effects. If you want to be immersed, I guess turn this setting on. However, I would highly recommend turning it off. This is where you find your graphics settings. Obviously, turn it to custom so you can change everything. Turn off motion blur. I just play everything all low, guys. Like, you know me, everything all low for maximum FPS. The game looks fine. If you're having visibility problems, you're probably going to want to increase some textures. You're probably going to want to increase maybe a bit of post-processing, you know, just to give yourself that crisper image. But I find the sharpness really does help. So yeah, I'd recommend all low if you're having really bad performance problems, or you come down here and you turn on maybe a DLSS, but I'd play with it off. Now, for those of you that don't know, depth of field right now is bugged and turns itself on every single time you boot the game. So when you boot the game, you have to go in here, graphics, turn off depth of field. Happens every single time. It is a bug in this current playtest. As for anything else, super resolution, if you use DLSS, be warned it will make your game more blurry, but if you need the performance, that's where you find it. Then play with NVIDIA Reflex turned on. And for those ray tracing enjoyers, this is where you find ray tracing. Audio settings, do not use HRTF. I played with HRTF, and I was wondering why I really couldn't hear footsteps. This is why. Do not play HRTF in this game. I really don't like it at all. I would recommend not playing with that. And then, of course, your audio output mode is personal preference. I play with headphones, so I set it to headphones. I've had no problems. And this is where you find your VoIP settings. And that is pretty much it, guys. That is pretty much it. Not many settings. Pretty simple, honestly. And I'll leave you guys with this crazy build that I made for the Ash 12. Apparently, this gun's full auto. It is a, let's see, 3-shot to the body and a 2-shot to the head, and it's fully automatic. I will leave the build code in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.